Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
Dirty Muddy.
Woo.
Dirty Muddy. Buddy. What's up, party people? It's your boy P to the E to the T to the E one more time. I got my boy to my right, my boy E. I got Ralphie D on the ones and twos. Fluffy World Order in the building.
Yes, sir.
You already know you got to be over 250 to sit on these couches out here. Already, hi everybody. I hope everybody had a good week out there. I know A2D, you already know we bring you the episodes every day.
Yes, sir.
Morning Wood rock today, this morning. No pun intended. But yo, I mean, I'm happy. We here.
Yes, sir.
We healthy. You know.
Okay. I love it, man. Pete, I like the intro, man. Ralphie D doing his thing. I see you. All right, so people, first of all, I just want to say it's good to see everybody. Good to see everybody on the line. A2D, we love you. But there's a couple things I just want to say real quick. You know, I just happened to browse on, and I'm always on the A2D site, seeing what guys are saying. Got a lot of good stuff. A lot of, Eric Stout, some of the guys out there, my man Wilder, doing their thing. But there's somebody in particular I haven't seen on there.
I have no idea where he's going, by the way.
Okay, that's good. I like it like that. There's this guy I haven't seen in about 2 weeks. I don't know. I mean, since the Cowboys been losing, Ralphie D, and I'm putting it out there in front of you because this is what I do. I mean, Rob, and I'm putting it out there because they were talking about it in the group, and I don't know where he went, and I'm just concerned about Jesse Ramon. What's Jesse's last name? It was Nichols.
I think so.
I'm just concerned about you, Jesse.
Nichols.
Jesse,
Yeah.
if you're out there, man, I'm concerned about you. I'm putting the APB out on you, man. You haven't been out there in a while, but I felt like how somebody you ever see them commercials where somebody is missing or something's going on with the dog or something, or just a person. They be like, and you hear the music in the background going, have you seen this person? I haven't seen him in a while. I feel like that right now. But Jesse, listen, man, you're welcome to come on come talk Dallas if you want to talk right now. I know you guys right now lost 2 games. You're going to get a victory this week, okay? But
it's a hammy victory.
It's a hammy victory, but I'm just concerned about you, man.
I don't know how they got this schedule, bro.
What, the first 3 games?
First 6.
Listen, man. The schedule makers in the NFL, it makes you wonder sometimes, man. And from what I understand is because of the Phillies. We got 3 straight road games.
That's my YGTG.
Which we'll talk about that later on. That's good.
The NFL schedule.
Yes, that's good. I like that. But just the schedule and the fact that the first 3 games, the Cowboys. Listen, I want to say this also, Ralphie D and Pete, while we're here, family out there. The Cowboys fans we would have thought they won a Super Bowl.
I was getting text messages when we lost.
They had their chest puffed out. They was just doing their thing. Then the last 2 weeks, it's crickets.
Yeah.
It's crickets, bro. It's crickets. They was talking all husky. Oh yeah, we doing this. Dak is this. Dak is that. Listen, man. Dak threw how many picks last week against the Baba man in the Green Bay defense?
Trust me. And
all right.
3, right?
Was it 3, right? 3 picks. And as I predicted, I just want to pat myself on the back. I was wrong about the Giants.
Yes.
Loss. I was wrong, but I was.
Yeah, thank you.
But I was, and I admit if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But again, and I told you I was going to be right about that because you picked Dallas.
Yeah, I said my heart wants to go Green Bay, but my mind's going down.
And I said to you,
listen, they made
the Baba man's undefeated.
I can't believe him.
But what I say, the Baba man's undefeated in Texas.
That's his second home, man.
That's the second home, bro.
That's the second home.
And I'll let you do your thing.
But with that being, it's us. With that being said,
yes,
see
sir.
The poll question.
I love it.
Sidney Jones, will he have an impact on the game this weekend? So fam out there on YouTube, IG, Twitter, Facebook, all of them.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know. First and foremost, you agree or disagree with the poll question. Will Sidney Jones have an impact? I believe he'll have an impact. Where it's going to be positive, it's going to be negative. I don't know yet. I don't have that little butterflies in my stomach. I want to leave more
butterflies.
But with that being said, let us know straight up: do we win Sunday? Do the Eagles go into US Bank Stadium, the site of where dreams came true, where we hoisted the Lombardi Trophy? Do we pull out a win against the inconsistent Minnesota Vikings? And Mike Florio from PFT, this dude said this gonna be a game where Dalvin Cook and them boys run for 100 yards. Listen here.
He said that?
Mike Florio.
No, I'm saying he said that.
He said that. Dog,
And I
go
like
back
him.
and look at 2016 with our run defense.
I don't agree with that.
Our secondary may be Swiss cheese at times,
Oh, yeah.
but it's hard to run the ball on us. And can't even think the last time the Eagles gave up a 100-yard rusher.
Wait a minute.
He's in the
Wait
building?
a minute. He's in my man Jesse.
Oh.
Jesse.
Spoke him up.
Hey, man, I spoke you up, man. I was concerned about you, man. I thought somebody took you. Listen, but so he's saying go Vikings in pure Jesse fashion. He says go Vikings. Jesse, listen, I'm going to say this to you, my friend. On October 20th, that week of October 19th, whatever case may be, I want you to be around because we're coming to Dallas, baby, and we're taking it. I'm letting you know this right now.
We going there.
We're going to Dallas, like I said, and we're going to take it to you, all right? Don't be shocked. I don't want to hear no excuses, but we're taking it right to you, straight in the mouth. That's what it's going to be.
Dang.
Yeah, I'm telling you because, honestly, man, I just think, and Dallas, I'm gonna keep it real. Dallas has a lot of talent, all right? They have a lot of talent. I like what Amari Cooper's doing, which by the way, they need to figure out how they're going to pay him. That's another subject. That's a pickle they're in with him and Dak. But Amari Cooper's doing his thing. I like some of the guys on defense they have, Cheeto, Anthony Brown, some of those guys.
Right.
But the bottom line is at the end of the day, if we come and play in our game next week, I don't want to preview too much of next week, but we're going to win that game. So we're good to go, bro.
So that's. I'm glad you restrained yourself because we don't want to.
No, we don't get too much.
We're not giving away too much.
Not too much.
So real quick, let's look at the Eagles-Jets review.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very short and simple. Defense did what they had to do. 10 sacks in the game against that offensive line. I'm glad they feasted.
Mm-hmm.
Offense didn't have to do too much, but when they did have to do something, they were able to move the ball down the field. On the Jets defense, that very first drive,
right.
The very first offensive possession, I should say, for the Eagles turned into a touchdown. I need to see some more consistency out of that. Going in, that's really all I had to say about the Jets game. I'm not sure if you want to chime in.
So here's the thing. For me, offense struggled a lot. Struggled at some points in the game. Or quite often they struggled. I mean, if you take away those two defensive touchdowns, we did kind of struggle at some spots. I just think one thing I can say that Doug said in one of his interviews during the week, he said you're going to get a little more of Howard, which I love, and I've been screaming for Jordan Howard to get the ball. Jordan Howard, and I know we're actually not a running back by committee, being that by the way Clement's out for the whole year, or he's on IR rather, and they actually bring in Boston Scott in for the next game. I think you're going to see a lot more of Howard, and I'm thinking 15 to 20 touches, rushes, which I love. If you could sprinkle in Miles to get maybe 5 to 10, that's fine with me. But Howard's got to get a big dose. The guy's averaging 5.0 yards per carry. I mean, that's the guy that you want to see. And at some points in the game, they gave him the ball against the Jets, but then they just went away from it. So I just think going forward in that Jets game, they have to learn from that, being that they're playing a better defense in Minnesota,
right?
Which is a top 5, if arguably defense. They got to learn to say, look, if the run's not always going to work, but we have to stick with it. I know Dougie P sometimes, as we both said, and we all said, can revert back to Andy Jr. He's in this game coming up. He's got to do the same thing where, look, it may not work right away, but stick with it. And then third, fourth quarter, you see what happens. The law of attrition is coming to effect.
And just to speak off what you said, especially with this game, and kind of commit to the run.
Yeah, absolutely.
We still don't have Deshaun.
Yeah.
And I noticed that the Minnesota secondary isn't as good as what it was a couple years ago.
Go to the next point, which, by the way, I think is a sports hernia. I know that they're denying it.
Yeah.
They're denying. They're saying it's abdominal strain. No. That's a sports hernia. In my opinion, this is what I feel. I think Deshaun's not. He's electing not to do the surgery. And honestly, in my opinion, with Deshaun Jackson, I know he's going to try to come back in the Dallas game, but I would just sit him out until after the bye, because you figure if you sit him out another couple weeks, at least 3 more games, then you're adding another bye week. You got the last 7 games to have him for that stretch, which we really do need him. So going forward, that's what I think we should do.
Nah, but I mean, I just think a heavy commitment to the run, not heavy, but balanced attack. And you can find ways in the short passing game to encompass what I saw Miles Sanders on, splitting him out wide. And maybe I would love to see Miles Sanders and Jordan Howard on the field at the same time to kind of get the defense so you don't really get a tee off on you. I like the way the offensive line is playing. For the past 2 games, they've been keeping Carson clean. Hasn't been taking too many hits. Carson himself has been getting rid of the ball at a faster fashion, making smart plays. The wide receivers have been doing just enough, and I know they still got Trey Waynes and Xavier Rhodes and them boys out there. But, we got Anderson Cedillo, who was in that system, in that scheme for years. So that can find some holes as well. Don't get me wrong. Diggs and Thielen, they still scare me.
Yeah.
But you still got Kirk Coupons, and it's a big game. And generally in big games,
he disappears.
He does not show up. So that's my take.
I want to ask a question, Pete, and to all the family out there. Two things I want to say. We talked about run game. We know what we got to do with that. But where in Carmen, San Diego is, I call him Jaws because he got one of them names, Arcega-Whiteside. I understand that you invested a high pick on him, but my thing is you got to work him in. And then with the injury to Deshaun and a couple other injuries going on, that's a guy that, and let's face it, Jeffrey's not not healthy. Let's keep it real. But Arcega-Whiteside, they just totally went away from him. So that's one of my questions. That's the first question. Where's he at? Why can't we get him on the field? And then the second question, more importantly, is Nelson Aguilar has to step up, man. He's got to be that guy this game, whether it be because he's going to take over for Sproles. Sproles is out as well. He's going to be getting the punt returns, whether it be contributing on special teams or whether it be getting the ball inside the numbers. He's a guy that's got to step up for us, making the big plays for us in this game at times because he's just. I mean, listen, the man's making $9 million, this year, and he's not stepping up like he should be. So he's a guy I think going into, besides the run game, some other keys to the game, he's a guy that I think needs to step up in certain situations to help us get to where we need to be going forward.
So, Ralphie, I want to let you go ahead and chime in and talk to the fam. So, Eagles, Jets, let us know what you thought, and then I'll just go right into Eagles, Minnesota.
Well, I'll tell you what, with that Jets game, I've never been so, I keep on saying it, I've never been so relaxed watching an Eagles game before in my entire life. It was just insane. You get to sit back, relax, look at your phone. Your heart wasn't beating out of your chest before before the fourth quarter. You were chilling. And then, the defense looked good. We're going up against Luke Falk, so 10 sacks. But the thing about the Jets game is that hopefully this starts up with the defense.
Right.
They can,
starts upward trend.
Yeah, they can, bounce back and they can keep this positive thing going that they have on the defense from this Jets game.
Right.
Just with the Vikings is that the Vikings have just this whole year have just been a run-first team with Dalvin. And I just think that the way our defense is set up, knowing that we stop the run, Kirk Cousins in general doesn't scare me at all. Doesn't scare me at all.
By himself, right.
Yeah, by himself at all. Even in Washington when he didn't have any that, a lot of weapons, we said, Kirk Cousins isn't up and down.
Though, bro.
He did.
That's as quiet as kept. He had Sean McVay over there.
He did. But then when he went to Minnesota, we all said, okay, wow, he has the toys now. And he still hasn't done anything now.
Yeah.
He still hasn't done anything.
There's a lot going on with it. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you. They're within the last 3 weeks, it's very dysfunctional. From Diggs doing this thing, to getting fined, missing meetings, not complaining about not getting the ball. There's a lot of different things going on with them that is happening right now. Kirk apologizing for not getting Thielen the ball. There's a lot going on. But Pete said it, and you said as well, Thielen scares me. His route running combinations is one of the best in the league. I do, by the way, I think it's blasphemy, but I'm just keeping it real. I picked him in fantasy in my DraftKings because I know.
With this secondary,
our secondary was susceptible against the pass. That's a guy I did pick up. But I just think when it's all said and done, with us stopping the run, they're going to become one-dimensional.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that's going to be something where, like you said, Kirk Coupons, and depending on him to win the game, that might be hard. That might be a hard situation.
Right.
So, going forward, I just think in this game, and a lot of people are saying, I think the line is 3, right? Three giving Minnesota, I think, off.
Yes. Yep.
So a lot of
Eagles are an underdog.
Yeah, the Vegas is saying that we're going to lose the game, but at the end of the day, man, when you're in these type of games, experience, man, and it sounds cliche, but experience makes a big difference. And I think this is one of the games where you'll see the experience really show up, where we've been in these type of games. And by the way, as Pete said earlier, we're going back. This if we win this game right here, this is our second home.
Yeah.
You might as well say we live in Minnesota. This is our second home game because we're going to do it again in Minnesota. And I got us winning that game, man.
So to speak about the points that you had, about the players that you had specifically, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside.
Yes, sir.
Is Alshon Jeffrey Jr. That's why you're not seeing him on the field.
Okay.
He can't be. With the Eagles as an organization, we draft these wide receivers and then we try to put them in spots and give them roles that they're generally not suited for. Like J.J., whatever you want to call him, Whiteside. I just call him Whiteside. So when you go back and look at the Stanford tape, he wasn't creating a lot of separation against college DBs. So when you come into the league itself as a rookie wide receiver who they know, and you going against experienced DBs, if you don't have just the straight out natural talent to blow by them, then it's not going to work. Look at Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin's coming out parties this year.
Yeah.
This is his third year. Second year, third year?
Third year, yeah.
Third year. I wanted him. We could have had him.
Yeah.
You could have had Deebo Samuel. You could have had A.J. Brown before you took Whiteside.
I mean, listen. How he's drafting at times has been
at certain positions, cornerback.
But here's the thing, though, man.
And wide receiver.
But here's the thing. This is a guy that you believe in. This is a guy that you said that he can come and contribute. So, and I understand about the speed and all that, but he does have great route running. You know, he's excellent in route running. So my thing is this, okay, you put him in situations where you can use him, his attributes. Yeah, and yes, he's going to be probably Jeffrey's replacement. We all understand that. But you put him in situations
or he could be in a trade package.
Right. But you put him in situations where you're able to get him involved. You put him in a situation against Detroit where, yes, by the way, he missed that ball. He should have caught it.
Right.
But and then you
100%.
And then you just go away from him. You're messing up the kid's confidence. So my point
better
is
ball,
this.
he catches that.
That could be an argument.
I don't know, bro.
But here's my
if
thing.
the ball is headed to the pylon, and because he ran a post.
Nah, he's got to catch that. Pete.
No, I'm not saying he has to catch it,
that, bro.
but you lead him. Remember the Torrey Smith though, Arizona Cardinals for Carson Wentz. He let him. And just to speak off your point real quick.
Okay.
This is the thing. I'm going to pose this for you.
ahead.
So live up to my nickname, Mr. Narrative. So you have Ertz or Whiteside on the same side of the field. You just said Whiteside is one of his greatest attributes is he's a great route runner, right?
Right.
So we already know Ertz, his best attribute is his route running in his hands.
Oh, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have Ertz and Whiteside running the same route, mind you, Whiteside is running the route against a DB, where Ertz may be running that route against definitely somebody smaller than him, or if it's a linebacker the same size as him, they don't have the athletic ability to stay with him. Where's Carson going to go? I say the same thing. I'll speak to you about Aguilar as well. Don't get me wrong. When Aguilar's had his chances, he has dropped. He has not lived up to that. I can't say right now, with it being said in the Jets game and the Lions game, where Aguilar, if he wasn't beating this man, he wasn't presented the opportunities. He wasn't given the opportunity to catch the ball. And I can't really blame Carson for not wanting to go to Aguilar like that because one out of every two is going to get dropped.
Well, the one pass to Aguilar where he was beat the guy and the guy just clotheslined him. That's not his fault. They should have called a hold on that one.
Yeah.
But I think during that game they saw something, and that's one of the things I did see. They made some adjustments, of course, during the halftime, and they saw where on when they're going to the on the sideline and Carson's looking at the little service thing situation, and he saw that was going to be open. So then they started going to it. But at the end of the day, they have to see. Aguilar's one of those guys where you got to get him going at times. You know what I'm saying? You got to give him that confidence. Whether it be, can I see wide receiver screen to him? Can I see something in the slot thrown to him? Bubble screen, nothing like that happens with Aguilar. They did it before.
So is that his fault or is that the play design fault?
I think it's Dougie P as far as not getting him involved like he should.
So
yeah, but here's the thing though.
What?
You got him involved in that Detroit game. And it's just the mental errors by Nelson.
Inconsistency.
It is though, Errin.
I hear what you're saying, but the man caught 9. How many catches did he catch in the Super Bowl?
That was 2 years ago, though.
My point.
But
that was 2 years ago.
I hear what you're saying, but my point is this: you got him involved then. You made a way where he was able. You put him in the right situation to where he was able to show his attributes, where he was able to contribute. Why aren't you doing it now? What stopped? I understand.
I'll give you one person.
I understand he's inconsistent. I get
I'll
that.
give you one person. Mike Rowe.
Okay.
I'll give you one person. That's Mike Rowe.
Like that.
I'll give you.
I'll go offensive coordinator.
I'll give you something completely different.
Okay.
When 2 years ago in that Super Bowl, right? Look at the offense he was out there with.
Okay.
Think about this stuff for real.
Right.
Look at the offense he's out there with. People are gonna go Wentz and Foles. It's not even about that. It's bigger than that. You have Jeffrey was healthy.
Right.
Torrey Smith was out there stretching his field, taking the top off. You had Zach Ertz being Zach Ertz.
Right? Yeah.
But what were we that year? You had LeGarrette Blount and J.J. in the backfield as well.
Yeah.
So,
but that changes with Howard getting the ball 15 to 20 times. See, that's why
it don't. But let me finish.
Go ahead.
It don't change as much because you still don't have. You don't have the wide receivers out there
stretching the field. You mean
stretching the field, right? So when I'm talking about Aguilar. When you try to force feed Aguilar, and this is just who he is. We have to admit to who he is. When you try to force feed Aguilar like he's a number 1 or maybe a 2, it does not work. Aguilar is better suited for a 3 when he's going to have a favorable matchup against a weaker DB. When you put the ball in his hands and he can catch it and he can create, that's his strong suit.
Okay.
Right now, as this team is currently constructed, this offense isn't suited for Aguilar to carry that weight.
So right now, how do you fix that right now? You again, as I've been saying. Now watch, you'll see a difference on Sunday with them running the ball more
Tight
with
end.
Howard. And right, because when you give him the ball, when you give Howard the ball more, you're going to open up tight ends, or double tight. When we run a 12 personnel with our tandem that we have, and Goddard and Ertz, you'll see that more.
Right.
And then you sprinkle in Aguilar in space and spots. So that's what I want to see more of. Listen, I get it. Deshaun's big. Not having Deshaun, not stretching out the field, everything else opens up. But
Go ahead.
But Dougie P's got to put guys in the right situations, and he's got to stick to the script.
What pisses me off the most, and I've seen it, and people don't kill me, fam. Don't kill me, fam.
Okay.
I see we got the YouTube as well, and let us know if you're on YouTube.
Okay.
You just checked in with us. Let us know
I
if
got
you
some
think
shout-outs, too, after this.
Let us know you think the Eagles are going to win the game straight up. That's it. Do not get the score. Just let us know if they're going to win the game. I'm tired of Philadelphia teams, right, and organizations going into a season, putting all their eggs in certain baskets and not planning for depth. We saw it with the Phillies in the rotation, starting pitchers, and they didn't give you any vote of confidence in that hour-long presser that they had today, for what I'm hearing. With the Eagles, don't get me wrong, we needed a burner. I love the fact that Deshaun Jackson back. We needed a burner.
Right.
But at the same time, you got to have depth behind him. Another burner. Like, we don't have other players that, like,
Bad drafting.
Yeah,
Bad draft. Sheldon Gibson's supposed to be that guy.
Yeah, and
Remember
he's
that?
not.
He's going.
And be honest with you, listen, Matt Collins possibly could be on a straight go route, but he never calls him on those routes, and he's not physical enough. So in a week like this, you may see Jeffrey break loose because of the fact that Xavier Rhodes is more of a hands-on press corner. He's not a burner corner. Trey Waynes on the other side is fast as shit.
Yeah, he is.
Fast as hell. So I don't know what we're going to do with Trey Waynes at all. You can't because we don't have anybody.
Somebody's getting tested, but that's why I'm saying somebody's getting taken out of the game because of Trey Waynes. That's why I said. That's why I said
not
Aguilar.
because of his skill, but because we don't have anybody to stretch him.
So that's why I'm saying Aguilar is one of the keys to the game. He's
I'll
got
give
to
you one
step
better
up,
than that.
man.
Give you one better than that.
Give me one better. I hear this one.
That not better, but I can see better suited for this team and their defense.
Okay.
And that's Goddard. That's Goddard because so you take everything you want to do with Aguilar, right?
Right.
And put Aguilar in another role, another secondary role, and then you insert Goddard because
So you're running the 12 personnel, which you're running a lot.
Right. So what you do with that is for one, he's a hell of a better blocker than Zach Ertz.
Oh, absolutely.
Already.
Absolutely.
Two, you're going to put him on a linebacker or a DB that's smaller than him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's a more favorable matchup right there.
Okay.
And then by you doing that, if you go to him a couple times, then that's Mike Zimmer's going to adjust his defense, and then you may get a more favorable matchup with Aguilar as well.
Yeah.
But as you said, sprinkle on some runs. But this is one of the other key secret weapons to this potential game plan for the Eagles this Sunday. We saw it last week a little bit. Who do we see lining up on the outside?
Sanders? Yeah. I like the matchup, man. I like that matchup. Let me just give some quick shout-outs real quick. AT Sports Picks, man. They're loving the great contact we're bringing right now. Great time. He says great contact, guys. Shout out to Dawn Welsh. Say help me out with the last name.
Ormby?
Say it. Dawn.
Andre.
There we go. Dawn, thanks for riding
Big
with
Phillies
us.
fan.
Eileen, as well as my man Bill Middlebrooks. What's good, man? He says I predict Howard and Sanders will control the clock.
Yeah, he's Howard's biggest fan.
He is. That's my boy. That's why Bill's my boy. Bill, you're my boy. You're my boy, Bill. You're my boy.
Put your hand down.
Relax. Calm down. Come on. Silencio. You're my boy, Bill. Anyway, he says I predict Howard and Sanders will control the clock, not giving Cousins many opportunities. Skandrick plays big. Matter of fact, I'm glad he said that. Skandrick played big last week. Skandrick plays
We
big
need him
this week, and we can just get by them. Now, Skandrick, by the way, I'm glad you said that, Bill. Listen, I like the way he's playing right now. We can let Maddox sit for a couple more weeks with the neck injury.
He had 1 week,
Who said what?
Skandrick had 1 game against the Jets.
What I'm saying to you is,
And some of them was open.
I like the way he played. The bottom line is I like the way he played, Mr.
Good,
Meredith.
okay.
And the bottom line is with him, the way he played, and I think he's more suited for a nickel.
Right.
He's not the outside. He gets just burnt. He was getting.
I
burnt
can see him in the nickel
last time.
more like, and I've seen some comparisons like he could be this year's Patrick Robinson.
He makes a lot of sense, man.
That very well could be true.
Sense.
Very well could be true. But let me ask you. Let me pose you this to you real quick. So we all know right now. Say they come out and say Deshaun's going to be out another 3 to 4 weeks, right, or 2 to 3 weeks. We've heard the talks. The OBJ thing is.
I was about to ask you that, guys.
I'm up. I'm all in.
Yeah.
I'll
give whatever Jacksonville turned down. Give the Browns that.
Right.
Honestly.
Now Errin. I don't want.
No. Don't speak for me. Don't speak for me.
Go ahead.
Here we go, baby. Here we go.
No, he's on it, but I'm gonna let him speak. I'm gonna let him speak.
Go.
Don't speak for me.
You don't want OBJ?
Listen. I'm gonna say this to, and I'm the realist at it. Okay, some people, the family, I know you guys may not like what I say sometimes, but I gotta be.
I just don't know where it come from.
And the thing is, you gotta have that no guy in your life. People don't have no guys in their life in a circle, and I'm the no guy to the family. I'm gonna tell you that this is hogwash. All right, the call that was made, yes, Howie did make a call, which I applaud Howie for just thinking of seeing what's going on, and there's probably some things going on in the background we don't know about in Cleveland. They're struggling offensively. Kitchens, I don't know what he's doing at times. But the bottom line at the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, just like I said with the Jalen Ramsey thing, which is true, coming true, like I said, it's not going to happen, ladies and gentlemen. So, it's not going to happen.
But would you wanting – Ralphie asked you, are you in if it could happen? This is a hypothetical world.
I mean, if it could happen, what person in the world wouldn't take OBJ? Who wouldn't?
Okay, that's all.
But I'm just telling you, I'm being real, and I'm saying this is hogwash. This is not something that we should spend the time because it's not going to happen, period.
It may not happen. So with that being said, I'm OBJ. Well, I'm still obviously. We talked about the DBs last week, Chris Harris, and going down from there, Dory Jackson, maybe a Patrick Peterson. Everyone I know, Middlebrooks wants Patrick Peterson. But when it comes to if Deshaun can't come back, and we don't see consistently another young wide receiver stepping up for us, there's somebody suiting up that we going against this week that's not happy. Could you potentially envision Stephon Diggs joining this team?
No. He's what? How much did he get? What? 40?
If you ready to go,
24 million guaranteed, right?
This is gonna be.
Can you afford him? No.
If you're gonna trade for OBJ, you can afford Stephon Diggs. The contract is irrelevant.
Listen, the situation with Minnesota is very, very, very crazy. I understand that, but I just don't see them giving up Diggs as well. I don't see it. They already said no, right? They already said no.
Yeah. Who said no?
They did. It came out. They said they're not trading him. Period.
That's posture. Zach Taylor just came out and said AJ Green's not getting traded. That's what.
But damn right, if somebody came with 2 firsts,
right? That's what you're supposed to say about your asset.
If somebody came with
all
said
this
2
posturing.
firsts, I think AJ Green's gone,
Hey,
brother.
Listen, we talked about Cincinnati. We talked about Mike. And we got to understand this. Mike Brown's the owner, guys. Mike Brown is not the smartest guy in the world.
Yeah.
Should they make the deal? Heck yeah, they should make the deal.
Yeah.
But are they gonna make a deal? Probably not, because it's Mike Brown.
And that's the biggest thing. I'm so
What are they, 0-5 right now, right?
Yeah.
0-5.
I'm so tired. I'm so tired of these general managers and these NFL organizations thinking that they're listen. It's not the NBA. In NBA, the players sell the tickets. In the NFL, the team sells the tickets because you only got 8 games.
Yeah.
They don't care. I mean, they care about the name on the back of the jersey, but it's more about the jersey itself, the colors, the logos. That's what fans are tied to. That's what they're attached to. Whether or not you have AJ Green or not, you 0-5, the fans is still going to be the fans. They still going to come. You still going to make money. What you have no future. AJ Green's been in the league how long now?
Yeah, he's 31 now.
Yeah.
He's 31 years old.
I'm not saying AJ Green, but I'm just saying, once again, I go back to my original jumping off point. If Deshaun is not healthy for another 2 to 3 weeks, you know this is the stretch where you need to win these games. I'm calling out right now. I'll be honest with you. I think if we win this game Sunday, which I think is a very high probability chance we can, I think we sweep. I think we go 3-0 on the road.
Really?
I'm saying it right now, October 11th. If we win Sunday,
definitely gonna be Dallas.
If we win Sunday, I definitely think we go 3-0 on the road.
I don't know about Buffalo.
Because you know why I'm not scared of Buffalo?
I'm say this.
Because all they could do is run the ball on offense. And Josh Allen, he's an X factor. He's an X.
Have you watched him?
I don't need to throw the ball on them.
Have you watched him though?
I don't need to throw the ball.
But have you watched him?
Yeah, Tre'Davious White's playing like the best corner in the league.
Listen,
That's
Listen,
cool.
I'ma say this to
They
you.
got Jordan Poyer back there
family.
too, and Micah Hyde. I
To
know
the
that
family-
whole secondary.
To the family out there who's listening, I don't feel good about that Buffalo game.
Why?
I feel good.
What scares you about the Buffalo game?
First of all, the defense.
What about their offense scares you?
Their line is playing. Defense line is playing well. Their running game is decent. Josh Allen's decent at spots, but they have enough because of their defense and plus what they're doing in the rushing game. It could happen, man.
I don't see it.
On the road, playing three, and plus you're playing
Well,
three straight games on the road.
That's Tennessee
tough, man.
gave them that game. Tennessee's
tough.
kicker gave them that game.
Yeah, he missed
He
four.
missed
Of course.
four
I mean,
field
listen,
goals. So Tennessee
Games are
and
given
their
all the time. Games are given all
Tennessee
the time.
and their offense was able to move the ball up and down the field to get in field goal position against Buffalo.
Okay.
I definitely think our offense is better than Tennessee.
What you're not
Yeah,
what you're not-
100%.
And they
what you're
only
not
put
putting
14
in
points
mind-
on them.
What you're not putting in mind is you're playing 3 straight games. That
True.
That comes into play big
But
time.
what do you tell me all the time?
That comes into play big time.
What do
3
you
straight
tell
games
you
on the
just
road.
you just said it about St. Louis Cardinals before we came on the air. What did he say? Compared to the Atlanta Braves.
The winning.
We're a winning organization.
Are we not?
Absolutely, I agree with that.
Okay then.
All I'm saying to you,
I feel you.
Don't be surprised, family, if they go 2-1, 2 out of 3.
I'm still
And if-
fine with
and if they're
that.
cool with, if 2 or 3 is good for me, I'm good with it.
Yeah.
But
But-
I just think the Minnesota game, I think we're going to win this game. I think Dallas is a game we're going to definitely win.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to lock that in next week. I'm going to lock that all in. But I just think that Buffalo game is going to be a tough game. And then there's just certain games that even though you might say on paper, yeah, the Eagles should win that game, but those are tough games. That Atlanta game, and I said it before, and you didn't agree with me, and I said to you, yo, man, I don't think they're going to win this game. This is just a tough game. The way things are just leading up. It's just one of those things. And I had that feeling again that I felt early in Atlanta, and I was right. I had the same feeling against Buffalo. Buffalo's playing tough, man. They're a good team. Listen, they're not the same Buffalo Bills they were before. They're not, man. That defense is balling. Josh Allen, believe it or not, is playing some good ball, man. He's playing some good ball.
I think he'll be good
Frank
for two
Gore
to three
stepping
picks.
up. Frank Gore stepping up. And before Devin Singletary got hurt, he was balling as well.
I think
Cole Beasley in the slot doing his thing.
I think that's
Yeah.
a dub. I think that's
You
a
know what I'm
dub.
saying?
But they just traded Zay Jones.
Okay, he's expendable. They got some other guys.
They got John Brown and
They
Cole
got
Beasley.
the kid Jones. They got another guy. What's the other guy? They got some guys. That's why they make the
They
move.
can have all the guys they want.
Okay.
I don't see it.
Now let me
That's
ask you guys this:
Mm-hmm.
if Week 8 comes and the Sean is still not healthy,
That's
do
the
you
wor-
do you look at the Denver Broncos and say, what do you want for Emmanuel Sanders?
I can see that.
Can you?
I don't
see-
wait.
I
I
can
don't
see
wait
that.
till week 8 to do it because at that point in time, everybody knows that you need it. You desperate.
Yeah.
If you're gonna make a deal, this
Now
is
would you put a package together? Say, Jalen Mills still ain't ready for the Cowboys game, or for future weeks on.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go to Denver and say, and Denver's was just
done.
hypothetical 0-7 at this point? Okay, haven't won a game.
No, they won a game.
Ready to blow it up, right?
they
Right.
won
They
last
just
week.
won. They won
We'll
five.
give
Won
you
4.
draft picks
Right.
for Chris Harris and Emmanuel Sanders package deal.
I would love that, but see, the NFL GMs are not. They don't think like.
They don't
They don't
like
think like.
basketball.
They don't.
But
think
it's
like basketball.
it's so weird because and you exactly hit the nail on the head
Right.
with the packages. You very rarely
Yeah.
see
Yeah, I don't see that.
a 4-player trade in the NFL.
no.
You know what I mean?
You're not gonna see that. I mean, Emmanuel Sanders situation really is intriguing.
Yeah.
But honestly, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. And the way I see it is this: they're all in on their wide receivers. I don't see them adding anybody. I know the Eagles. I know people are saying AJ Green, and I don't want to sound like the pessimistic guy, but I'm just being honest with what I see and what I know. They're all in on the guys. Yes, Jackson's not healthy, but they're going to bring him back eventually. And I think honestly they're going to aim for the Dallas game. But me personally, I think they should hold him back a little bit. But they're going to lean on Aguilar. Whether it's popular,
Listen.
whether we agree, disagree,
Right,
or not,
that's true.
That's what they're going to do. I'm telling you, don't be shocked, family. And I'm telling y'all right now. I hear what Mr. Narrative saying and Ralphie saying, but don't be shocked, ladies and gentlemen, if they don't make a move. Don't get upset. I'm telling you, they're leaning on who they have. They're not going to make a move. They may make another move, but don't be shocked if they say, okay, let's see what our second Whiteside can do. Let's incorporate an offense maybe a week or two from now to see what we can do. I don't see it, man.
So how is it that this is? I'm about to get pissed off now. Not that you're
Okay.
obviously not. But Tyreek Hill went down to Kansas City.
Yes, sir.
They got a fucking dude named Brian fucking Pringle.
He said Pringle.
Whatever his name is,
Pringle,
out
yeah.
here balling.
Balling, yeah.
Where's he from, by the way?
Colorado State, some shit like that. Fast as hell. But I don't know. This is my thing. looking at what we have now and looking ahead to the future, we called up Greg Ward from the practice squad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where's
I
he?
agree with you on that.
Where's he?
And he showed you some promise.
And it's just thing what you were saying, Errin,
I agree
with the depth as the wide receivers, where you
Yeah.
have a Deshaun Jackson as a burner, you don't have another burner to fill into his position.
Yeah, and he's a guy that you can move around. He's a guy you can put in a slot.
Right.
He on
Yeah.
the outside. You can do some trick plays with him. There's so many, and this is, I feel you, man. I agree with you on that.
Another thing, try to wrap your head around this. I don't think the OBJ thing can happen unless it definitely comes from the ownership and the team, because it comes from that anyway. But they just see that it's not going to be a fit. You could tell even with Jarvis Landry there, he's the bulk of he's getting the bulk.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
If that's Baker, that's
killing me in fantasy.
design of the offense.
Killing
we
me.
don't know. But with the AJ Green thing, I revisit this as well.
Yeah.
There's when you come to these players, right, and you come to these GMs,
Okay.
you got to give them something, but they don't want to be tied to it. But they want a player that's young and that maybe they can build with, right?
Right.
There's one player on this team, and we talked about him a ton, especially at the wide receiver position, that I can see that you've seen he has talent, he just can't put it all together. So you ask Cleveland straight up, I'll give you Aguilar on the 1. See if you get it. You getting something back as a wide receiver who's explosive.
Yeah.
Hasn't put it all together.
Yeah.
And a less cap hit at 9 mil.
Last cap hit 9
Yeah.
mil. I would offer a second in Aguilar to Cincinnati for AJ.
So Ben
Really?
says that's an interesting point, Pete. Now Ben says the Birds should have traded for Zay Jones from Buffalo like Oakland just did. I mean, listen, I hear your point, Ben, and my man BT. What's up, man? But I'm just like I said earlier, man. They did. Listen, whether we agree or not, right, wrong, or different, man.
Yeah.
When the Eagles have things, this is one thing I notice about my team. When they have certain things in their mind, certain things that they're, it's a lot, bro. Whether we agree or not, or whether we feel they should go to North Pole or South Pole, they go to the West Pole. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the analogy I just used, but still, they're just different, man. They when it's set, their mindset is what it is. That's the plan, and that's it, man.
So I'm gonna give you, because Ben just made me think of something.
Okay.
Because he mentions Zay Jones, who was a first-round pick or a second-round pick.
First-round pick. Yeah.
So teams are starting to back out of that, right?
Yeah.
There's a player in fucking Tennessee. There's a player in Tennessee because they drafted another wide receiver this year who's balling for them, A.J. Brown. But remember a couple years
Oh, yeah,
ago.
Corey Davis.
Remember
Corey Davis was so blown up? Western
he was.
Western
But
Michigan.
But that's somebody
But you know what,
along
though?
the lines of Zay Jones that you probably can get for a third-round pick.
But how much of it, and I hear you saying, people, how much of it is Mariota? Because listen, I've been watching him.
I hope they think it's I hope we know it's Mariota. But I
that's
hope
my
they
point.
think it's him.
But my point is, and I hope
Yeah.
you're right. I hope so too. But I think it's more so that they're another year away from doing that because they know what Mariota is, and Mariota is just inconsistent. He's just that guy.
Very
who
injury prone.
frustrates people in fantasy. He's the worst, by the way. But anyway, I digress. But he's just that dude where they're like, okay, maybe let's give Davis one more year. Let's see what happens. Yeah. A.J. Brown. Because listen, and that's to Pete's point. A.J. Brown killed it.
Yeah, he's killing it.
Against Atlanta. He killed it.
Yeah.
But then last week, and I understand they play Buffalo, which is a better secondary, by the way, which I've been saying. But he disappeared.
Right.
And that's what happens with Mariota and his wide receivers in Tennessee. Guys have great games, one game, then boom, disappears. So maybe the Davis thing, which is a nice little point. I just think they're going to wait a little bit on him.
Yeah, I mean they could, but I feel like, to speak to your point when you started this thing about what would they do, like Ralphie started, what would they do? I hope they just don't sit in their hands, because I think New England can be beat. I think Frank Wright just showed you Kansas City can be beat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I think that
At home.
the NFC is wide open.
Yeah.
No one is asserting any dominance. So that's another reason
and
why
Giants,
you made.
Listen, the Giants in the first half showed you you can get to
Right.
Brady.
And
That line's not as good as it used to be. You know what I mean?
And with that, and so with everything in the NFC going on and being in disarray, nobody really asserting their dominance. And to me, one of the complete teams you already beat in their house in Green Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you already know
you
need to do it. So I need Howie just to get a little more gumption, feel a little more sense of urgency, not give away, not be taken advantage of, but realize, like, dog, look at your draft track record.
Right.
You pretty much, your defensive line, the offensive lines where you really like to draft that, you have a ton of depth. So these picks don't mean shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like, Josh Sweat is finally starting to come around.
Yeah,
Deshaun Hall, don't get me wrong, it was the Jets' offensive line. But what did you, like you said, when you talked about the game, it was the most relaxed you ever been, but you thought maybe it could be something that was on an upward trend. So when you start, it's just like shooters. When you start seeing the ball go in the basket, you know what I mean? Like Ben Simmons, he may come out tonight and make 3 threes instead of 1. You feel what I'm saying? Because he saw the ball go in the basket. But when you start to get to the quarterback, you start to get in that groove. BG was all over the field. Josh Sweat was all over the field.
BG was killing it, bro.
That, even though you may play some better competition, you now had the confidence that you can go and get it.
This game,
So with that being said, now Jim Schwartz, if they start getting more consistent pressure, Jim Schwartz can start calling his defensive scheme the way he wants.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Then you may be able to buy time till you get a Darby back or you get a Maddox back. We already seen Rasul Douglas top 20 in the top 20 in the Pro Football Focus rankings.
Yeah.
So you already see that, and then that'll help the linebacker play.
Right.
Gujay Hill can start to come back. I don't even know where Duke Riley been at. We just traded for him.
Listen, Nathan Gary. You forgetting Nathan Gary's balling.
Pick 6.
You know what I mean?
Pick 6. So go ahead.
So real quick, I got a couple comments. Bill Middlebrook says, honestly, we're all talking about all the weapons we would have this year and how stoked we were, and we lose Djax, and now all of a sudden they don't look scary at all. That's a good point. I don't know this, but I mean, like I said, I mean, it's crazy. Part of my issue is, and Dougie P's my boy. I love that guy. He's gonna be revered in my mind because he brought us a Super Bowl. But and you know what? Nah, I'm not gonna put on Dougie P. Mike Groh, like you said, that was a good point. Mike Groh at times does not know how to. He doesn't know how to push the right button sometimes.
Right.
Putting game plan and I know they're very good at game plan, but losing guys like your weapons, like some of the guys that we thought was like Bill said, our second Whiteside, we was hyped. Yeah. We was taking polls saying
he's not being used right.
Right, but we were saying in the beginning of the year he might have 7. I think TA said he might have like 7 catches.
Yeah,
touchdown catches. Where's he at?
Yeah.
Aguilar caught, and I know it's 2 years. I know you said 2 years, but still, the man caught 9 balls in the Super Bowl.
Who was here then?
He was the guy. He was a guy that was unconscious, and you don't. At times, the other game, he didn't get the ball one time.
Who was here though? I said this. People don't want to. People don't want to admit this shit.
Go ahead.
They don't want to admit it.
Who was there? Tell people.
The thing that's hurt this offense the most since we won the Super Bowl,
Frank Wright,
is Frank Wright not being here.
And you could say the same thing when Matt Ryan and the Atlanta Falcons.
Look
what happened when Kyle Shanahan left. It just crumbled, bro. Matt Ryan has never been the same.
Yep.
No.
Never been the same.
No, and I'm not saying our offense hasn't crumbled, but what did you just speak about? In 2017, it seemed like that one play, when we needed that play, we needed something. We needed a different design.
Yeah.
We had it.
Yeah.
We had it. Now, growing it, it's not the same.
It's not the same, man.
The mesh is not the same.
Dynamic.
And it would have been hard to keep Frank Wright down. It would have been hard to keep Frank Wright down. He may still but maybe he wouldn't have left. He would have been here last year, but maybe he would have left this year.
Yeah, but the bottom line is they just got to and look, I know they're still figuring. It's still young. The season, we're in the 5th game, 6th game.
Yeah, 5th game.
And they're still figuring things out. I get it. But, again, like I said, the groundwork has to be this. Balanced attack, 15 to 20 carries from Howard, and then we kind of go from there. Okay, and listen, all the people out there, and first of all, all the haters. I want to address this. I say it. All the haters out there talking about Winston's not doing this. He only did. Listen, he's letting the game come to him.
It's bigger than that, bro.
And it's even bigger. But the haters don't see that, bro.
And he don't have to do it.
The haters aren't seeing that. But they ain't seeing that. But he's doing what he needs to do, and he's playing mistake-free football. Okay, one game he had 160 yards, but he had 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns. He's letting the game come to him, and that's what good young quarterbacks do. They're letting the game come to them. They're not making mistakes. They're not forcing things.
But this even with us here on A2D.
Right.
Stop putting the word young in there, bro. He not young. This is his 4th year.
4th year, yeah.
That young shit over with.
He's still considered one of the young stars.
But I'm just saying. He doesn't play like that.
Nah.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying
so
they're still going to lump him into that group with Watson and some of the other guys, Mahomes and all.
But
they're the young
those
stars.
guys is 3 years, 2 years.
They're still the young guns, bro.
Do you hear Dak Prescott being called a good young quarterback? No, you hear good quarterback, MVP candidate, right or wrong?
Some people say that. Yeah, they say that. They say it.
You see what I'm saying?
Some people say it.
They're not, but it's not like they're saying it with Wentz, Mayfield, and I think maybe that's the only reason why they still kind of call.
They lump them all together. Yeah, they lump them all together.
But for us, for me, just like everything else, reason why we started doing this shit in the first place and having a platform, we rise above everybody else.
Okay.
So rise above that shit. He ain't no good young quarterback. He's a good quarterback.
Yeah.
So, and I hear what you're saying, but that's what the stigma. That's what the national media is saying. And I hear what you're saying, but that's what the national media is saying. That's the stigma of that.
National media don't have no place here.
So real quick, we got some more comments. Bill Middlebrook says, Ben says Mario is doing just enough to keep Tannehill on the bench. Just enough, that's all. I agree with that. Bill Middlebrook also says, but it was easy to stop Bell and run because the QB sucks, which is true, and they had no receivers. The Vikings are a whole different ball game, whole different monster, rather.
Yeah.
We load up and go after Cook, and Cousins can very easily see us getting burned.
Oh, man, Cousins got to make the throws, though. That's on it.
We had the top rushing defense, so we're going to slow down Cook. Cook may have a good run here or there, but on the basis of everything, we're going to slow him down. The key is, and I'm going to say this, Thielen's going to have a big game, guys. He's going to have a nice game. He's going to get his catch. He's going to have about 6 or 7 balls. There's nothing you can do about that.
Whoever would have thought he'd have been that good?
Nobody. But the bottom line is his work ethic. That's what it was. His coach even said it from Minnesota State. But the bottom line is keeping Diggs out of the ball game, because right now with him it's mental, man.
Yeah.
It's mental right now with Diggs. So keeping Diggs out of the game, and something they haven't been doing, which I don't know what's wrong with what's the name, Stefanski and what's the other, and Kubiak.
Yeah.
They're not throwing to the tight end.
Well, Kubiak wasn't there for the pass game. He's there for the run game. That's why Dalvin Cook is so good.
But what I'm saying is that's his offense. But
Kyle Rudolph has been a
issue
known
because they won't
ghost.
throw to him in that seam, and that's their all game, and they won't do it.
Nope.
So hopefully they don't do this game.
So we got Pickem this week, right?
Yes, we do.
Real quick, do you mind if I bring this up real quick? This is what Zach Brown said on Kirk Cousins. I don't know if you guys saw this. But Zach Brown said this about Kirk Cousins. He said, I think every defense is going to want that guy to throw the ball. For me, that's probably the weakest part of their offense is Cousins.
I don't know why he even came out and said that.
Yeah.
I mean,
Bulletin board material, baby.
I'm shocked he said that.
They were
Usually
teammates.
don't say
They
that.
were teammates.
No, I get that part. But what I'm saying, I'm shocked. We usually don't do that type of stuff.
Yeah.
No.
We usually don't do that.
But let's just pose this real quick, and then we'll get to the Pickem, and then we'll try to get some Sixers in. I can't guarantee it, but
we gotta get some Sixers in, bro. Just even 2 seconds. By the way, can we get this little sick? Can we watch the game?
It's not on TV.
Okay, it's not on
Yeah.
Comcast?
So going back to what you said, if Deshaun is this, Deshaun is that.
Mm-hmm.
It's been what, 3 weeks now?
Since week 2, yeah.
Yeah.
So no, but besides Deshaun, but it's been 3 weeks now since we ain't heard a peep out of who, and heard no news.
Who's this?
No punishment. No nothing.
What we talking about? What we talking about?
Played on 2 teams this year. So
No, AB.
Oh man, we don't want that cancer. Get out of here. With
all
that.
I'm saying
Get
is,
out of here with that, man.
all I'm saying
Get out of here with
is,
that.
you ain't heard shit since he got released, right or wrong.
Yeah, I don't want him.
Yeah,
Let's not even talk about him now.
You haven't heard nothing from punishment. You haven't heard nothing. I'm just saying. Throw that out there.
I don't want that misfit on my team, man.
If that misfit can have a parade down Broad Street, you take anything you can.
Nope, I don't want him. I don't want him at all. I'll take a bum rather than have that cancer.
You got bums. That's the problem. You already got bums on your team.
Listen, no. I don't want
What's the first game at PSG
right,
Pickem? I don't know. I didn't look at.
So we have first game, Seahawks and Browns, 1 p.m. at Browns.
Oh, it's in Cleveland?
It's in Cleveland. I'm gonna start. Honestly, I'm going. I'm actually going Seahawks, man. Seahawks have one of the best records in the league right now. Russell Wilson is balling out of his mind. He's actually in talks of being, along with McCaffrey, by the way, with MVP.
I give it to McCaffrey over him.
Oh, absolutely. But I mean, again, he's still in the talks. He's the top 2. So I'm going with the Seahawks right now. Locke is doing his thing. Your buddy Clowney. I know that's a sore.
Yeah, it's not just me, man. You listen to John Barcher from Go Birds. They still talk about it.
Yeah, but we got to move forward, man. We got to move forward. But anyway, listen, I just think it's too much. Kitchens, man, I don't know what's up with Freddie Kitchens. Freddie Kitchens has
good offensive coordinator, not a head coach.
Freddie Kitchens has every type of weapon in the world and doesn't know how to be consistent and put them in the right position.
The offensive line isn't as good this year as it was last year. It's good. It's as good in run blocking, but it's not as good in pass blocking.
Yeah, but
that's the problem.
But I understand that. But a good coach still knows how to put guys in the right position. Period.
I didn't
right now he's got.
I didn't say he's a good offensive coordinator. I don't think he's a good coach.
But what I'm saying is, you got one of the best wide receivers, top 5, easy. And this man was, by the way, I have in fantasy. I'm going crazy. Is not doing anything.
Who, Odell?
Yeah, I have in fantasy.
But because he's getting a tougher matchup, and that's why Landry can feast. Because Landry's getting
Landry's
second
balling.
quarters, second corners, third-rate corners. Because you still got Antonio Callaway, who can.
I like it
if
too.
it's one thing he can do, bitch can run in a straight line pretty fast.
So with that being said, I'm going Seahawks, and I have 27-20. Yeah. Why did she call me? Oh, go ahead. What you got, man? What you got?
I'm going Cleveland. I feel like the Cleveland's going to do this roller coaster shit all year.
Right.
All year they're gonna play bad when you expect them to win. They went into Baltimore. How's Baltimore? They go to. I like them in San Francisco. They don't show up. They underperform. I think they bounce back. And I love Russell Wilson. Obviously, I think he's playing like probably, if not the best, one of the top 2 quarterbacks in the league right now. I think he's playing the best. He's playing the position the best he's ever played it. With that being said, I just feel like Cleveland at home, this is do or die for them because they're still in the division. And Seattle, even though they're 4-1, I mean, they pretty much think they can lock a wild card spot up. Like Cleveland has more to play for this game, and that's why I'm going to go with Cleveland.
Well, their division is very tight too.
Very tight.
Very tight.
Very tight.
Because they're 2. What are the Cleveland's 2-3 now. Baltimore's 3-2.
Yep.
So they're only still a game back out of that division.
Yep.
Right.
So
The next game,
All right, so we got Texans and Chiefs real quick. I'm going Chiefs.
I'm going Texans.
Okay. Doing it.
Pat Mahomes he's not 100%, and D Hop has been quiet. Nuke has been quiet.
Yeah, he has been.
Nuke has been
yeah,
quiet.
it's crazy.
This is game.
It's crazy.
He's poised to break out. He's poised to break out, and there's finally starting. I'm not saying I don't like Carlos Hyde, but finally starting to use Duke Johnson a little bit more, starting to outtouch Carlos Hyde. That's going to be a problem. And you still, I mean, J.J. Watt isn't what he was, but they just put up 53 points on Atlanta. I mean, I think it's going to, whatever the over is in the game, take the over.
Okay.
I'll tell you that for Vegas purposes.
All right, so we also got 49ers and Rams. I'm going
49ers.
49ers, me too.
Rams.
49ers. I just think the 49ers right now, after
That
last week,
defensive line,
that
bro.
defensive line is crazy.
It is.
Now, one of the key, and you might not think it's not big, but Kyle Juszczyk, if I'm saying that right,
He's hurt.
he does a lot in their offense. He's out for 3 to 4 weeks. That's big.
Yeah.
However, with the way Shanahan's designing those plays, the way he's getting guys in the right position, I'm still going to 49ers.
Now, well, there's one thing that LA has that I love Myles Garrett, but that Cleveland did. It's Aaron fucking Donald.
I know,
Yeah.
bro.
And I just don't think you're going to be able to run the ball like that against the Rams, how they were running the ball up and down the field against Cleveland. And the offense is just a tad bit. The offense is more cohesive. I want to say talent is better.
Well, remember this. The Rams might not have Todd Gurley Sunday
Yeah.
He's questionable.
Yeah.
I think they'll
with the quad injury.
I think they'll survive because they have Mike Brown, right? Is that
Yeah.
Mike Brown. Malcolm Brown. And
Malcolm Brown.
finally, we have the Packers and the Lions, Monday Night Football.
I'm going Packers.
I'm going Packers. Okay.
It's in the Green Bay,
It's
right?
in Green Bay. I'm going Packers as well.
I'm going Lions.
I picked my suicide pick, so.
You love that. You love the underdogs.
I picked the Lions to win the NFC North.
Really?
Yeah, I like the Lions for the fact of it's Matt Patricia, the defense. He's had a week off.
Mm-hmm.
This is his bye week,
Yeah.
and Green Bay just came off a big game in Dallas. Now they get
Right.
the extra day rest.
Right.
Still, we don't have a status on Devontae Adams, right?
Right.
Yeah. Nothing yet.
Nah,
Nothing
he's
yet.
up in the air right now.
Aaron Jones had the game of his life.
Yeah.
I think he comes back down to reality. For the Eagles, out of the 2 losses that they have, the Falcons' loss hurts me worse because of the fact that I understand what you said about the timing of the game. They fucking suck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Detroit is showing you that loss. You can swallow that loss because they almost beat Kansas City.
Yeah.
They're for
Yeah.
real.
Took it down to 10 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
They're for real. Like they're no slouches.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you gave that game away.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that's my pick.
Yeah.
I want to get some scores, but real quick, we want to move to some Sixers before we get up out of here.
Yeah.
So we all saw it. It happened. Was Tuesday night, Wednesday night, Tuesday night.
Yeah,
Tuesday night, yep.
Tuesday night. It happened. It finally happened. Ben Simmons made a 3, and it was almost felt like when Fultz came in after that long ass break.
Yeah. And he hits his first shot.
But now we actually got somebody that can stay healthy.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well, Fultz is looking good, bro.
Yeah,
He's
man.
looking good, Pete. He's looking good, Pete.
I never lost faith.
Yeah.
I never.
No, I know.
I
You
never
did.
lost faith. But it just time was time. I wish we wouldn't have got back Jonathan Simmons in a bag of
donuts,
Chinese sugar donuts out this bitch for him.
Yeah.
And some pork, the pork thing, the little crispy things, crispy noodles you get at the Chinese store. But I don't know, man. So Simmons, will he make over under 23s this year?
Yeah, I think he will.
I'll give you one better.
I'm gonna go under.
I'm gonna give you better. I'm not even gonna say make. Will Simmons take over under 23s this year? That's just the attempt. That's just the attempt.
I'm gonna go over on that. But for make it would be under.
Okay.
Right.
You?
For me.
I'm gonna say make. He's gonna make 30 3-pointers this year. Shockingly, I think he's gonna do it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I know we're right up against.
Yeah, I gotta.
YGTG?
Not today. I'll let you roll report.
All right. So YGTG. I have two. Well, one is
just give us the one for today. We'll save the next one for next week.
Colin Kaepernick popped his head about the groundhog hole. I don't know what's going on with that.
Okay.
Two, that hour-long press conference today from the Phillies. What the fuck are you doing? John Middleton, you said crazy money. You can make a decision. Matt Klentak, be it man. Once he undercut you, you wanted to keep Capital. He fired Capital anyway. You should have walked the fuck out. Because now you have no say.
Bottom line is this, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna
go ahead.
Close it out. We need to clean the whole house. Klentak has to go. He's on his computer like Sam Hinkie was in his basement with his mom. He's in the computer just like Sam Hinkie downstairs in the basement. He needs to go with his analytics because they're not that good. And then Middleton, I mean, I know we can't fire him, but he's got to make some changes, man. He wants to be baby George Steinbrenner. That's what he wants to be, and he's not right now. So bottom line is until Klentak is going, until McPhail is going, it's going to be tough. They better hope they bring in the right guy. Otherwise, it's going to be tough again next season, man.
So I think that we're going to end up with Buck Showalter.
Yeah, I think so, too.
And may not be the best for the day-to-day lineup,
right.
But bullpen, he's a genius.
Yes, sir.
He can operate a bullpen, especially when you have your starting rotation is not deep.
Right.
You need a bullpen to be strong. If they get healthy, I'll be fine with that.
Right.
And then go get Rendon, give Garrett Cole all the fucking money in the world, and be done with it. You spent crazy money last offseason.
Yeah.
Do it again. But it's about time for us to get up out of here.
Yes,
Weekly
sir.
roundup tomorrow. Agree to disagree on Sunday. Go Birds. I don't know what time they're going on. They may go on pregame on Sunday.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Right.
We'll see. And you already know A2D on all platforms.
Yes, sir.
Instagram, YG.
We all the above, man. All
social media platforms. IG, Twitter, Periscope,
Yes,
Facebook, A2D Radio. Make sure you click like, share, and follow. Turn the notifications on. We out of here.
I see y'all.
Namaste.
All right.